Tier 5 Takeover. Welcome back, everybody, here where we started a new account for the Road to the CFP game mode, and we're going to see if we can get to the Heisman division, the very top, using only Tier 5 teams. So far, we are 1-0 with Central Michigan, and obviously today, we are going to be using the Marshall Thundering Herd. Thank you. I'm not really doing requests for this series, but thank you. Timothy Campbell pointed out in a YouTube comment that our campus tour with Marshall did get a little messed up. I wasn't in a party. The guy was playing music. I had to cut out like the whole first quarter. So we are going to go back, look at the Marshall Thundering Herd here today. They have a fantastic offensive playbook. They just have a great offense in general, which we need because we are actually going over two games in this episode. One against Tier 3 Boise State, the second against Tier 2 Texas A&M, and it really highlights, honestly, some of the struggles of using a Tier 5 team in this game. Number one, your defense just is allergic to making plays. Number two, the offensive line. That, I think, is going to be the biggest issue for us in this series going forward. Going against a team like Texas A&M and trying to get time to make some throws is going to be a struggle. Forget running the ball. Like, that's just out the window. And even throwing the ball is be very, very difficult. So we'll see how we do here. And reminder, these games, they're not going to be the live gameplay that we did for Campus Tour and that we're currently doing for Class Champs. These were recorded about a week ago at this point. And then I'm just going to go over and do kind of like a film review, see what we did right, see what we could do better. I think that's going to help us going forward here using these Tier 5 teams. But before we get into the gameplay, let's check over the roster of the Marshall Thundering Herd. So we start off hot here with Braylon Braxton, 83 overall, 82 speed with silver dot. Abilities, super, super important. Dot is probably my personal favorite to have on a quarterback into the Road to the CFP mode. And having a silver dot on a Tier 5 team is incredible. That is very hard to find. Marshall's got one here, and with good speed, so we can take off and run if we need to as well. Overall, very solid halfbacks, 84 overall, 90 speed. No abilities anywhere here in the running back room, but honestly, that's okay because, I mean, it worked out in this instance because we were going against teams we couldn't really run the ball against anyway. But even if we could, either of these guys, honestly, Houston almost looks better. Just he's got more strength, agility, acceleration. His only real negative is break tackle. Turner has 9 better, but if I were to do this again, I would probably start Houston. I know in this one we keep Turner, though. Wide receivers, very, very good. So we do Chapman up here, and then I think that's all we really need to change with this team. And we have a 94 speed with silver takeoff. We have a 92 speed with bronze takeoff and silver shifty. We have 3 91 speed receivers. We actually have 5 if we really wanted to. Or we actually have 6 if we really wanted to. 6 91 speed receivers on a Tier 5 team is unbelievable. Obviously, it's not going to help us as much when we're going against Tier 3 and Tier 2 teams, but if you're going against Tier 5, even a lot of Tier 4 teams, they are not going to have the speed in the secondary to keep up with almost any of these guys, but especially this Chapman with silver takeoff. So we want to make sure he's on the outside as a vertical threat almost every play. I mean, this is going to be a tough wide receiver room to beat going through all the Tier 5s. It's very, very good. And I think a solid enough tight end. Yeah, 82 overall with 79 speed is fine. It's not great. At the very least, we would like to have like a bronze sure hands or something on him as well, but he is more than good enough to get the job done for us. Offensive line, I don't remember there being a whole heck of a lot. I mean, that's a solid left guard, strong grip, and second level. To have on your guard is great abilities. Yeah, that's right, a good center. I forgot, they actually have a pretty decent left side of the line. A good enough right tackle too. But with a right-handed quarterback, you are much more often should be running to the left side. So the handoffs just work better unless, I believe you're in like an offset formation. I think it doesn't matter as much. But it's the same reason that like rocket toss works better going to the left than it does to the right. So right-handed quarterbacks just go to the left better. That's just the way EA is. I know Madden's been like that for a while here too. So if we could pick one of our guards to have abilities, it'd be our left guard. So we'd love to see that. Defensively, what we look for on our ends is quick jumps. Our tackles, we want grip breakers. We do have one grip breaker on this team, which is better than nothing. And we do have a really good right end, but just not having the abilities does bring him down a notch. But as a sophomore, a 92 overall with 85 speed is fantastic. Just be better with quick jump. But we still like what we see here. Pretty much all these teams, we're not really gonna have linebackers that can play. This Beard we do though, because again, abilities, silver blow up, outside disruptor, inside disruptor, wrap up. Since we don't really have any help on the defensive line, having a linebacker with those abilities should help us stop the run at least a little bit, especially when we end up going against somebody like Boise State like we do here. But also, Beard is just 82 speed. I don't like having on the field, but you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Secondary, also very fast, much like their wide receivers. So this is pretty much how we set this up. Or actually what we should do, so he's 6'1". He's also 6'1", okay. So yeah, we should do it like this. I'm hoping this is what we do when we get into the game. Like I said, it was like a week ago, and I can't promise I saw that guy down at the bottom there. Because again, speed is going to matter so much, and height on your cornerbacks is really, really important too. So we have a 6'1", a 6'2", a 6'1", all 92 speed or higher, 92, 93, 93 speed. For running nickel over, which I do and honestly would recommend for a lot of these lower tier teams, because it's hard to find these teams that have more than 3 good corners. Like, if you have 3 good corners, that's really good for a tier 5 team. So that we have 3 that are this tall and this fast is fantastic for our defense. I was so excited when I saw how fast this cornerback room is. I think their safeties are pretty good too. Yeah, so what I actually end up doing here is I do switch these two. I'm fairly confident. Foster is really small. 5'9", 167 for a safety is tiny, but he has 94 speed, so we don't really want him down in the box. We can have him up as our actual free safety. Roberts, 5'11", 184, still pretty small, but 88 speed is enough. He's going to come down. He's going to be a linebacker with that beard. So those are going to be our 2 sub-linebackers. Strong safety, I think we just keep this as is. So yeah, Marshall, very, very good tier 5 team. Let's see how they can stack up against tier 3 Boise, tier 2 Texas A&M. Let's get to it. Here's our game against Boise State, and I actually make a mistake here right away. So against Boise State, when they come out with these 2 returners on the kick return, this is Ashton Genty over here. This kick meter needs to be going as far this way as you can possibly get it. I should not be kicking off to Ashton Genty, especially with a team like Marshall. We do, and we actually get a little lucky. We get down there and make the tackle, but this was just a totally avoidable mistake we made at the beginning, and we got bailed out that Genty didn't just run all over us. All right, let's see what changes we make here in the depth chart. Wide receiver. I mean, this one I know what we're going to do. Yeah, it's the same thing we went over there. Get our top 5 with 91 speed. Corners. Did we see the 92 speed down at the bottom here? Nope. Oh, wait. I did. Hey, good job, me. Free safety, we switched to Foster. Yep. Strong safety, leave as is. Okay. Sub linebacker. Keep Beard. Yeah, we do keep Beard. Yep, Beard and Roberts, sub linebackers. You're not going to have too many great options down here. But here's what we do against Boise specifically. We see he's coming out in pistol wing close. So against a set like this, a much heavier set, we're actually going to be coming out in 4-2-5 to try to help with some run defense. So we just come out in 4-2-5, cover 4 quarters. Everybody down close to the line, hope to help out with a run. Luckily, our guy gets outside there, forces Genty back inside. That's the main thing we want to do. Make sure Genty can't get to the edge and just use his jets and just run right past us. We got to force him back into the help defenders, make tackles. If we can keep Genty to 6, we'll be fine, because a lot of people online, especially, remember, I'm in the recruit division in this game. They're not going to have the patience to run for 6 yards every single play. Even though if you did that, you would march all the way down the field. Oh, that's right. I forgot this whole first drive. This whole first drive is just like this. So this was, honestly, good user defense by me. I think we were in... What defense? Okay, so we did come out and cover our nickel over this time because he came out in a lighter shotgun set. So I was probably... I was in overload 3 seam here then. Yeah, had to be. And Beard is the blitzer, so I move him over there. And then user defense, we're following this. We know where our weaknesses is in that cover 3. Not only is it not intercepted, it's caught. And get used to that. First down for Boise. He's come out and pistol you off. We're going back to 4-2-5 over G. Just trying to match what he's coming out in. Give us the best chance to stop Genty. Obviously, nothing's going to be a guarantee against somebody like Genty. But give us the best chance. Again, I took my user actually that time. Got to the edge. Forced him back inside where our help defense was. He's coming back out and gun Y off. We're coming back in overload 3 seam. This is one of my favorite overall defenses, especially with a defense like Marshall, where we don't have any quick jumps. We don't have anybody we want to make sure is rushing the passer. It gives you a better chance of getting a little extra pressure by having that blitzing middle linebacker right here. But there's another one, that's 2 now, that I feel like we could have intercepted on this drive. He's coming back out in shotgun. We're doing the same exact thing. Overload 3 seam. I get on the wrong guy there. I actually was on Roberts the blitzer, but then Beard gets over it and makes the tackle. Kept Beard in the game. He holds Genty to a gain of 0, so we love that. Now he's in gun empty base trio. This comes out of nowhere. So he's gone heavy pistol sets, relatively heavy for shotgun sets. That's right. I couldn't believe. Look at this animation this guy does. Look at this. Like, what is this outside corner doing over? He jumps and like backward swats it back over his head. So far he has thrown 3 passes, and you could argue all 3 should have been intercepted. You could go either way. I'm of the belief they all should have been, but hey, that's just me. Okay. So we are staying overload 3 seam here. Again, we put a hook curl on this strong safety. We take the blitz off our slot corner, put him in a purple zone, keep the middle linebacker blitzing, and then we take this hook curl. So we have him coming down in hook. He's going out in a purple. We're kind of responsible for right in here. So we go to help, go follow that, go follow that. Cuts right underneath us and gets the catch. I mean, that's good defense. That's good defense. I don't know what you want from me here, game. I don't know what you want from me here, game. Caples jumps in front, gets the catch. 4 now, I think. Oh, he's in the pistol trips. I stayed in nickel because it was pistol trips. It wasn't as heavy as a pistol set. And see, again, what I did with my user there. I'm getting to the outside to make Genty come back inside, because we just can't have him get that edge, and he would outrun our entire team. Like, we would have no chance. We have to get him back inside. So that's what we were able to do there. Okay, nickel over defense here again. Again, good defense. Oh, he had that. Yeah, he had that guy coming open late, but luckily our defense actually gets in there before he was able to get that throw off. Now I went to, did I go to cover 4 here? Yeah. Nickel over, cover 4, keeping match, so I'm watching this tight end. Little curl route, threw it too early, incomplete, 4th and 12 now. Gun Y off trips. I think I went back to overload 3 seam here, because I want to try to get a little more pressure on him, if possible. We're just following this. Goes to inside, 94 speed, free safety. Okay. Okay. That one, I don't know. The first 4 for sure I feel like should have been intercepted. That one I feel like could have too. We go to nickel blitz, or mid blitz there from double mug. Actually made a pretty good user tackle on him there. Keep him out. 2nd and goal now at the 1. I think I went to 4-2-5 over here, like a cover 2 shaded underneath. He went with like a levels. I go after his quarterback because it kind of looked like he was taking off there. Left the middle of the field. He finds it. Touchdown Boise. What can you say? So now our ball here on offense, we are going to come out in some spread offset, but we have spread offset, spread Y flex, and trips tight end offset. 3 very, very good formations. I really like Marshall's playbook. I know trips tight end offset is good. I'm just not good at it. So we do go to it a little bit, but it ain't pretty. I'll tell you that much. Okay. So now he's coming out. It looks like a cover 0 look here. All his safeties are so down low. I think that would be a pretty safe guess. Probably a man coverage here. We went with this formation because this has our wide receiver, our 91 speed wide receiver here, versus the spread, the other spread, whatever it was, spread Y flex weak, whatever it is going to have your tight end in this spot, versus this one has our 91 speed receiver, which actually worked out pretty good for us. We put a zig over there to try to beat his man. I don't know if he clicked on or switch sticked over here, but it spooked me away from throwing this zig, which ended up being wide open anyway. But so is our crosser over the middle, because it was just a cover 0 big man blitz. We like having the speed out there. We like having speed out there. So now we did go to spread Y flex, and you can see here, now we have Payne over here. Spread offset, this was our 4th receiver. Spread Y flex, this is our tight end. So that's always something to kind of keep in mind when choosing your formation here too. We just went inside cross, just a classic. Had the tight end, totally missed him. Had the tight end early, but I really didn't see too much else that we had there. Okay, now we are going to some trips tight end offset here. Just little classic verticals, always good. Can't go too wrong with verticals typically. Okay, so I'm throwing this drag already. I don't know why I'm throwing this. Oh, this guy is kind of winning on the pass rush, but I could have held this for a second longer. Our halfback's wide open, and see what develops over here. That defensive end was coming in there, so I don't hate getting rid of it that quick. But so we saw he was in cover 4. We're guessing he's probably been keeping match. So that's why our halfback was so open. So we're going to this tight end in with a wheel route on our halfback, and that's where we're looking here. Yeah, we got him. We got him. Throw it. Threw it a little late. Almost a little lucky that we caught and held on to that. He was cover 3 match that time, but a match coverage, it's going to work kind of the same, where it's almost always the 3-rec hook responsible for your running back, depending on the formation you're in. And that's typically going to be his user on defense, so unless they go and cover that, you would typically have it pretty quick. So now we're hoping he's still in cover 3 match because he has that single high safety up here. So we put a streak on Y to try to hit this seam. I should probably streak B here too, which I feel like I do. Yeah, okay. So essentially what we're trying to do here is would be a middle third if he's in cover 3. We don't know that for sure, but he does have the single high safety who's way back there. Probably cover 3. We're trying to get the middle third to follow X, the outside third to follow B, and to hit Y in the seam right over the top of him here. So let's see. Oh, see, he ended up following him. That might have been man, actually. Just from how they reacted. No, it was cover 3 match, but he actually followed that guy a lot further than I was hoping he would. So I think the idea was good. It just didn't really work out that time. And again, we're already seeing our offensive line struggle. This is against Boise State. So wait till you see what it is against Texas A&M. Oh, we had the playmaker. Oh, we had the playmaker. That would have been a risky throw on the run, but I feel like we could have made that. I'm pretty sure we could have made that. But we scramble and take our first down, so we're happy with that. Now he's back in a cover 0 look here. So we're setting up that same play we did essentially from the first. Yeah, it's the exact same play from the first time. Zig route here on Y, the crosser on A. So if he's in man coverage, one of those two is going to get open. And he is. We have Y. We were going to have A again, too. But we get it to our shifty Metcalf. Makes a juke. Gets in for the touchdown. Tie it up. Good answer back there from the Thunder and Herd. And just want to note on the kickoff, I did learn my lesson. We're kicking this one off as far right as it can go. Keep that away from Genty. I think gun wing trips. We're going to be a nickel over. Yep. Overload 3 seam. Like it. What I need to start, I don't know if I've been doing it this game, but I should be keeping match coverage more often too. There, we just filled that hole. Let Genty run right into us. That's the best way for me to make a tackle. You run right into me. Don't make me do anything. make it easy on me. So let's see. We are still in. I want to see if I kept match this time, which we can tell by what this purple zone says. That did say seam flat, so I did keep match this time actually. So if you shade over the top, those turn into curl flats, and then they're not going to be match coverage. They're just playing that purple zone. Seam flats, they are actually going to be matching. So you can see how this purple zone, his zone was out here, but he actually matched on that running back. So that's why he's staying on that, because we definitely kept match this time. That deep third was staying on that curl, and he threw it right at us. That'll do. That'll do. Marshall gets the pick 6. He disconnects. We are now 2-0, 1-0 with Marshall. Let's get to our game against Texas A&M. He's coming out in shotgun. We are going to be in our nickel overload seam defense here. Tries that run up the middle, all over him. He just kind of stops in his tracks. We'll take that. Nice little loss of 4 to get us started. 2nd and 14. I'm sure we're just doing the same thing. Probably shaded this time. I usually don't keep match, but I will sometimes just to kind of keep them off. And yeah, we watch that. Perfect. And that pressure comes in. We love to see that. We love to see that. Look at his offensive line just did nothing on this play. Look at this. Look at shout out to you, 55. The only one putting in effort on this defensive line right now. So we have 3 defenders. These guys all still looking this way. Pressure comes in. We get a 3rd and 14. 3rd and 14. I wonder if I'm playing the sticks here. I do that a lot on like 3rd and 4th and long. No, I wasn't. Gotta stay out here. Oh, good switch stick. Look at me go. Look at me go with this switch stick. So, what I mess up here, this is just not good user defense in the first place, but we are able to recover. I have the hook curl is right here. So I have to follow any of these crossers coming from the left to the right, and I don't know why, but I just abandon them halfway through. It's like when I'm right here, there's no need for me to peel off and come down here. There's zero need for me to do that. He's going right to our purple zone over here. I have to stay with this crosser. I have to, unless I'm trying to get back to this guy, but I'm not. I'm turning back around, and I don't know why I would do that. I have to follow this guy. But we do switch stick over to this Moten, which is good. Now, our problem, and if I was actually good, what I would do is bring Moten down to watch this, and then I would switch stick back up here, because this crosser, the deeper one, is going to get open over the top of us here. But just us switch sticking on him works out. But you can see he had that crosser over the top of him, but still a good switch stick, still a good interception. Could be better, though. Let's see what I do on offense to get us started in this one. Spread offset. Yep. Keep our 4 receivers and 1 halfback on the field. So he comes out a very heavy set with a single high safety. And I said, was it in the last one? It might have been with North Texas. Where if you're playing online head-to-head, like Road to the CFP, and you see a single high safety, I'm pretty confident in guessing that's cover 3. Not a lot of people online are going to run cover 1 man with a single high safety up here. So I'm under the assumption here this is cover 3. So that's why I'm streaking. I'm setting up the flood over on the left side. I should flip this and have it to the wide side. Give us a little more room to get open over here versus running to the sideline from the left hash. Is what I should do. It's the right idea. And we have Y open, but a constant theme we're going to see here. And that was actually cover 2. But it's the same concept is going to work against cover 2, cover 3, cover 4 even. Just a flood concept just in general. Super, super good concept. But essentially we're just having that streak take whatever deep zone's over here. If it's a third, if it's a quarter, if it's a half. Or if he's in like a soft squat and this guy's coming over for a deep half. Just get him out of the way. Open up stuff underneath either the way underneath, the flat, or the intermediate, the corner route. And we had it open, and he's user rushing the defensive line, which is going to give us some issues too. So we're staying in spread offset. Now he's got the 2 high safeties and all coming out pressed. So what this would tell me right away is I would guess this is 2-man under. Some sort of, these guys are all in press man. These guys are deep halves. So I wonder what I'm going to do to try to beat this. Okay, I kind of hate this play that we called here. I don't know what our plan here. If we're thinking this is 2-man under, what our plan really is. Unless I should have put him just on a post. Because if he's in the deep half, it's going to leave one of these 2 alone. This guy in the deep half would be following A. Then we could have a halfback or one of these 2 routes. But just running this as is, I really don't like what we did here. We should have the halfback, though. Yeah, see, it was definitely 2-man under. See, they're all pressed, deep half, deep half. We do have our halfback, though. Halfbacks are going to be very important for beating man coverage. Very, very important. Because they're usually manned up by the linebacker. A lot of times it's the user. So if you can get your halfback out on routes against press man coverage like that, that's going to be a great way to move the ball. So 1st and goal at the 7. What do we do here? He's got that single high again. We try to run. Yeah, running's not going to be a winning strategy for us in this one. I don't think. So 2nd and goal at the 5. I think I called Y cross here. I have to make some changes. Yeah, okay. So I'm audibling the smash corners. There's got to be another hot route coming here. Okay, interesting. Interesting. So I'm trying to make kind of a mini high-low here over the middle with this Texas route and this drag. If they're in zone, have them follow one and try to throw to the other. If they're in man, we should be able to get one of them either way. If he's in man. Those are both good man-beating routes. And especially because we know he's using the D-tackle. So he's not going to be jumping in front of these. Okay, so we're throwing this to the running back. I mean, we had the drag. If I just wait another second, we had the drag. You could still argue we could have had that too. I still think we should have caught that. Okay, now 3rd and goal at the 5. What are we going to do now? So we did call Y cross here. And we see nobody out here on A, so I'm just putting him on a streak. And then we're going to put B on something just to make sure this corner can't drift over here. And our first read here, no matter what else we do, is going to be A. If we don't see anybody drop back from here, we're going to just highball one to A. Then if we do see somebody drop back, I didn't really give myself too many options here is the problem. The zig, I don't know about. I'd almost rather have something coming over the middle. And then maybe do the drag and Texas route here again. But I don't really love this. But yeah, our first read here is definitely going to be A. We got B out of the way. Yeah, he had 3 people dropped over there. We had the zig. Oh, we can just run. Oh, we can just run. We're good. We good. Having that A2 speed quarterback is a big benefit. We are in a quick 7-0 here against Texas A&M. Now he's in a heavy shotgun set. He had the 2 tight ends in here. So we actually came out in 4-2-5 here again. Try to help out with the run a little bit more. Finds the gap in there. We're able to get out with Roberts and bring him down at least, but still hate to see that. That's always going to be the biggest issue. One of the biggest issues with our defense going forward with Tier 5 in general. Anybody who's going to be doing a lot of power running is going to be a big problem for us. Big, big problem. So we see the play action. We actually followed that really well with Roberts. Followed that all the way to the sideline because we know we're in a cover 3. Or, yeah, we were in cover 3 that time. We're not going to have anybody on that intermediate sideline, so we have to follow that all the way across. We did a good job on that one. In pistol wing flex close, I wish I should have gone to 4-2-5 here. We go to nickel over and then audible do a cover 3. And he goes with a counter run. See, that's the kind of stuff that's just always going to give us problems. Our defensive line was actually in there. And he still squeezed and got his way out of there just because the overall advantages that a team like Texas A&M is going to have over Marshall. That was the trips. I don't know what I... Oh, I did overload again. Good user play to get in there. Gave up the first down, but not much more. Kind of looped around there with our user to make that tackle on the run. I like that. So we went to gun doubles. I went to some quarters here. And let's see. So, yep, good defense. Good defense. Got to stay on that. Okay. We spooked him enough to throw that incomplete. But so we were in cover 4 here. So we're on the 3 rec hook. So really, I believe the 3... At the start of the play is going to be the halfback. So there's a 1 on the far right, a 2 as this tight end, 1 on the far left, a 2 is the slot on the left. So the halfback goes to the flats. So that's not a concern anymore. Our purple zone is going to go take that. Now we have to watch over the middle. So we take this drag for a second, then we have to stop and wait for this drag. We did a pretty good job at it. At least, yeah, spooked him enough to pass lead all the way to the right, and then he misses the throw. Okay, back in our overload blitz here. I got, yeah, we are. Play action. League a man downfield. You can't do that, bud. You can't do that. And what I was just gonna say what I would like to see us do here, because he's gone to so many of those quick, like, underneath throws. Set our hooks to 5. So our hook is gonna be on one of our safeties. So now he's me coming down almost to the line of scrimmage to help guard a lot of those quick throws that he has been going to. But that does kind of change our user responsibility a little bit too when we run the overload 3 seam. So in this instance, our hook is gonna be right here. He's in a hook curl. He's coming down to 5 yards. So he's going to come down and sit right here. So now our responsibility is also going to include kind of, you know, where he typically is, because that's going to be wide open. So we have to follow this if it's a crosser. It's not. And then we kind of go back over to this area. Then he just runs around with Reed forever. We go watch where that screen was trying to go, because he still possibly could have thrown that. And that just reminded me of a really ridiculous play that's coming up, actually. The 3rd and 24, start of the second quarter. I might play sticks now. On 3rd and 24, no, I didn't. See, that's exactly what I was saying. Exactly what I was just saying about our responsibility and how it changes. So he's our hook curl here. So I'm on Beard. I see the streak from number 1, and I know this hook curl is coming down to 5 yards. So I have to try to get back here with Beard, even though he's slow, and try to help and go guard this. Especially because this was our inside 3rd. He's got a long way to go. So we have to go over there with Beard, take it away, take the quick one away. He has to loft it up, gives our safety enough time to get over there and make the play. Another turnover for the Thunder and Herd. Now the offense falls apart a little bit. As we go to trips, tight end, offsets. Coming out in verticals. And if I remember right, well, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, trips, tight end, verticals. He's got the corner and the safety kind of lined up right on top of each other over here. These two over here. It's got to be a zone of some kind. With him so wide, it's got to be like a cover 4. Let's see. Oh, and we had Y. Yeah, yep, this is what I thought. Because I saw, yeah, he is in cover 4. So I remember seeing this really late, like as I was getting sacked. And like, all right, we're going to hit that. We're going back to it. We're hitting it. Even though he has changed his zone quite a bit. And we can even see now, this might be something different because the safety isn't in that same spot. Last time he was almost directly over Y. Now he's a little bit more inside. He's sitting at the hash mark. We still had it. We still had it. We still had it. It was a cover 3, but we still had that in the seam. But again, that defensive line, we just don't. And I'm just so stubborn in these situations. That's a big issue. I just stay very, very stubborn in these situations. I saw I had it once. I want to see if I have it again. But we just don't have time for it because here he comes again. We just don't have time for these deep routes. And I keep trying them because I'm a dummy. But I just don't have time to keep doing them. And really here, I should punt. Our defense has been playing well. I shouldn't risk giving him the ball at the 28. But I'm probably a little frustrated and thinking, oh, I've had people open. We can do this again. I'll go with the drag on RB, which we shouldn't have done. This should have stayed a streak against single high safety. If two high safety, I love putting this as a drag. Single high safety, keep that as a streak. Try to attack the cover 3 seam, the seams in the cover 3. But I don't, and then I just try to force one to A, because it was cover 3. But yeah, incomplete, turn it over, give it to him at the 28. Exactly what we should have avoided and never gone for in the first place. So on defense, we were back in overload 3 seam. Luckily, this guy doesn't have very good run vision because he had a big old hole to run through there. I think we're in, yeah, we are in overload 3 seam on defense. He goes for another run up the middle, and we just Superman flying cross body, take him to the ground, get him to do a 3rd and 4, take it to the 2-minute warning, I presume here. Yep, 2-minute warning. He's in a doubles. We're back in 3 seam. Nobody wants the ball. That's fine. We both could have gotten that. Real offensive barn burner here. Our 38 yards to their 26. Just firing on all cylinders. Now he's coming out an empty base flex. Oh, I changed my hooks back to default. Interesting. I don't know why I would do that on 4th and 4. Especially if I'm calling cover 4 anyway. It's cover 4, I'm the only hook on the field. It doesn't matter. I have to stay on this. Honestly, it wouldn't have mattered, but Beard was just too slow, and I took kind of a weird back step here, so I couldn't... See, there it was, right there. Then I couldn't follow this drag all the way, but he had this guy on the backside anyway, so it didn't really matter. Now, I took Beard out here, just because he was a little too slow, and this, you know, looking back on it now, I don't know if I should have done that, because he's been running the ball quite a bit. So I could have kept Beard in there just for that. I watched that, and then, yeah. Yeah, see, this was a problem with us changing our hooks. Because if he was on a 5-yard hook like he had been, he's coming down to watch this, and then I don't have to. And then I can stay in my zone and watch this slant. But for whatever reason, I put those hooks back, and he's staying on the goal line. I don't know why I changed those hooks to, took him off of 5. So we're going to try a cover 4 quarter, shade it underneath here at a 4-2-5, shift our line to the right. Get Roberts in there. That was another actually good user tackle. It's been a weakness of mine. Still probably is, but it's been better in this game at least. So we got contains out here. What? I'm not sure what defense we called here. Oh, this is the play. I mean, what do we do here? I do make a mistake up here, though. Right here. I shouldn't have clicked off. But that was preposterous. Let's just watch that again. He just runs straight backwards. So he takes the snaps at the 4. He gets at the 9. He runs back to the 20, to the 30. Runs back 21 yards. 26 yards from the line of scrimmage. But I shouldn't have clicked off because I thought... What I was thinking was I'm running after him. If I click off, he's going to keep running after him. He's not. I click off, he goes back to whatever zone he was in, which is away from the quarterback. But that was still preposterous. Then he's going for 2 here, and this is kind of a ridiculous one. So you could see there, this was actually manned up. We actually called more of a man defense here, which I very, very rarely do. I called 2-man under. He's manned up on this tight end. Doesn't matter? Sure doesn't. Sure doesn't. 2 points for Texas A&M. So we are back. So we must be in spread Y flex here because we have our tight end on this side. So what are we going for here? The comeback? That was too late. I feel like I waited so long. So I started throwing that as he hit. That's a deep comeback. Holy cow. I can see what I understand the read. I think it was a good read. It was just mistimed. So the comeback, as long as he doesn't have a zone underneath, that's going to be open. There's no zone underneath. So I know right here, this comeback is going to be open. So I just have to kind of wait for him to hit the top. And I must have thrown this a split second too early. That's an awful deep comeback route. It would have been there too. Yeah, just threw it a split second too early. So we are coming out in our 4-2-5 cover 4 in a cover 0 shell. Something I've been trying. I don't know if I like it or not. But we've been trying it a little bit and keeping the match coverage. I need to keep experimenting with it a little more, but I don't hate it so far. It's just the only thing is you do have to move some guys around before the snap, but other than that, there's like no adjustments you have to make. Much like we saw against Boise, this is a catch. Let's see if we can pause this at a good time to really understand what happened here. Right. This is a catch for Texas A&M. It's a catch. He's got a guy trailing right behind him. You can't even see him. He's directly behind him. Safety coming down. User coming up. He catches it. Some things, man. Some things you just can't explain. Like me being 1 for 7. Okay, first and goal at the 2, or first goal at the 3. He can just run this 3 times. He's gonna score. It doesn't really matter. Gets down to the 1. He can just run it again. I'm taking timeouts to try to get the ball back here before half. With 39 seconds, I'm fine taking our timeouts here with the way the college clock works. Even if we burn all 3, we have enough time. We could get into field goal range here. So he's in pistol. We're in 4-2-5. This is when I wish I had beard. I remember this because I was laughing so much after it happened. This is when I wish I had beard because look what happens to Roberts, my user free safety on this play. Watch 55 and watch Roberts. See ya, buddy. Buried in the end zone at Kyle Field. Goodness gracious. Now he's going for 2 again. We are in a cover 2. Looks like not shade underneath because those were still cloud flats, not hard flats. So just a base cover 2 with contains. He just runs backwards again. There's 0 pressure coming in. No need to do that, but he does. We pick it off. We are not going to be fast enough to run it back, but still keep it a 7-point game. Pretty huge stop for us. Now, I don't think anything happens here before halftime. No, nothing does. We can go ahead to the second half. Okay, so our ball to start the second half. We got to start using some of these quicker passes or double team his user, which I'm pretty sure I do start doing. Try to buy us just a little bit of time because we know people are getting open. It's just that rush is coming through so fast. So I want to see if I start doing that. I do right here. You can see that's what this blue is. You hold, so for Xbox, hold LB down on the left stick, brings up this double team menu. Left or right, pick whoever that icon is above and hit A. That person's going to be double teamed. So I start doing that with his user finally. Took me forever to think about doing that. Nice pocket to run opens up here. And he kind of switched on there and tried to bait me into throwing that, but luckily I didn't. We kept it, we just run. Pick up a first down. Now for some reason I'm going back to trips tight end offset. I don't know why. Just practice, I guess. And we're going to RPO. Okay. Honestly, I don't hate it against this look here. We just have to watch this guy. And then it's just 1, 2 over on the left. And you got to hope they hold their blocks. But yeah, see that guy backed up so we can throw that. And neither of them held their block. Both corners come and make the tackle. Staying in trips tight end offset. I don't know why I'm being so stubborn about running this. I think it's because I know it's a good offensive formation. It's just I'm not very good at it. So I guess I just want to practice it or something. So going back to tight end in. Okay. So what I'm looking at here is... I'm actually going to back this up a little bit so we can get a little closer look. Not so backed up. So what I'm looking at right now. Our slot receiver here, number 2. There's a big gap right behind this guy. And we know with the speed we have, if he can just get past this guy, we have a shot. So that's why I put him on a streak here. Is we just see no safety help over here. It's just this guy way over here. So we're trying to get X behind this guy. And we kind of did. Kind of did. Then we had Y. We had Y. Oh, I still try. Oh my gosh, I do still try it. I was hoping they would have stopped and came back. And that would have been wide open. But man, was Y wide open on that. Against cover 4 match, that was wide open. I actually kind of want to see this again. So, what do we have here? What do we have here? So outside quarter, inside quarter, inside quarter, out. So if this is cover 4, outside quarter, inside quarter, inside quarter, outside quarter, flat, 3 rec, flat. So the outside quarter stays on B because he went vertical enough. The purple zone gives up on the streak because A is coming this way. That's what it was. So this, whatever it is, quarter flat, was following Y until another threat came in that area because that outside quarter was staying on B. So he comes down to try to help out over here. Leaves Y all alone. Totally miss it. Try to make a miracle happen. You know, you gotta try. You gotta try. The 3rd and 9, we're staying in trips tight end. Man, I am very stubborn about this. Very, very stubborn about this. So we're going, so this is kind of like what we saw earlier, where I see that single high safety up here. We're going to try to hit this seam. But if he's in cover 3 match, I don't love it. Oh. Well, excuse me. Excuse me. Hit that little corner route to the weak side there. Love that. Love that. It was cover 3 match. This is probably cover 3 match again. And it looks like I'm calling almost the same play. Same double teaming as user there. I don't love calling the same thing here. We saw we didn't get anybody open last time. We didn't get anybody open deep again, but we do take our little drag, take 5 yards. That is just fine. It was cover 2 that time. Cover 2 invert. But even against the match or cover 2, I should have been going to more flood stuff. I got a trips tight end. How I should have set this up if I thought this was match is you could have X just on something really short underneath here and a corner route on Y and keep this streak. And that should get one of those guys open against a cover 3 match. Because that it's going to put that purple zone in conflict. Does it stay down on the flat or does it follow the deeper guy? Okay, now we're back in spread. We got the zig route over here, Texas route over here, post over the middle. Okay. Nope, can't hit that. Yep, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Use that post to take those deep zones out of the way, then slip the halfback right underneath them. And that zone actually ended up staying on that little curl route B was on. So this was probably cover 4 again. So the purple zone goes over here. And then is he using this guy? Nope, that zone actually goes over to Y. Leaves a beautiful pocket. You just throw that right underneath to our halfback. Beautiful. And we do check here. He was in cover 4 palms. Okay. And I think the only difference between palms and quarters is how the outside cornerbacks play. I could be 100% wrong on that. But I think that's at least the biggest difference. In palms, your outside corners are playing man coverage on the outside receivers. On quarters, it depends on the routes they run. So now we're going inside cross. One of my favorite plays again here. The drag, the post, a little high-low over the middle. Our drag got bumped so bad, but hey, our halfback leaks out there. Nice little gain. 2nd and 2 now at the 10. See if we can't tie this up against these Aggies. We're going for a run again. Okay. I mean, they had a light box in there, so I don't hate it. They only had 5 in the box here, so if you're going to run against a team like Texas A&M, that's the time to do it. That is certainly a time to do it. I wouldn't hate hurrying up and doing it again. I would have liked keeping him in that defense when he had 5 in the box and just ran another inside zone. We're setting, an RPO as our... Okay. Setting an RPO as our audible, just so we can see what defense he comes out in and see if we want to change to it. We do end up going inside zone here. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, this guy's kind of irrelevant. I don't hate inside zone here. Especially with these guys pressed on the outside, I don't like doing an RPO. Inside zone's good. I like that. Perfect. Perfect. Marshall in for the touchdown. Ties it up against Texas A&M. And actually, weirdly enough, I think that's the end of this game. I believe he gets the ball here. And then he is going to have network issues. And he's gone. Connection to appear has been lost. So, not sure what happened there, but we tied the game up. I guess he got too afraid of the Thundering Herd offense now that we started double teaming his user and wasn't able to get in there quite as free. So that moves us to 3-0 now on this account with these Tier 5 teams. 1 win with Central Michigan, 2 wins with Marshall. We'll have another Tier 5 team coming up probably next Wednesday. I think these are going to be every Wednesday and Saturday. But what team will it be? We'll have to find out next time on Tier 5 Takeover. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you then. Until then, take it easy.